Hey guys. All right, so today's the last day of the challenge, day 29, and it's called Relentless Consistency. So let me jump right in. David starts off by talking about Malcolm Gladwell. If you don't know him, you should check out his books. I've read plenty of them. David and Goliath, Outliers. So he talks about the 10,000 hour rule. If you don't know what that means, it means it takes 10,000 hours to master any subject. So there was a time that David was one of the greatest basketball shooters in the world. And while he had that natural gift, he had to develop his skill through many, many hours of practice. So he played from the morning into the evening. His mother would stand there and catch the rebounds for hours. And the tips of her fingers were like all rubbed off from catching so many balls and passing it back to him. But that's what it took him to break 2 world records. And he became one of the top shooting coaches in the world. So you got to put in your hours. But it didn't teach him the real meaning of relentless consistency. He learned that later in life. So one of his best friends, Ed Schilling, he was an assistant coach for UCLA when they met. And that school had one of the toughest years and was under a lot of pressure to win. So the guy, Ed, the coach, had a big family to support. He had 2 little kids in LA with him and 3 kids back home in Indiana. So on top of the coaching job, Ed had a spiritual group that he was running. Over 50 people throughout the United States would count on him for daily Bible verses. He would have to send, he sent a message to them, word of encouragement, or just checked in on the phone. And he did it out of the kindness of his heart for no pay. So this took him time. Every single day he had to keep up with it on top of his regular job. So he was under a lot of pressure, but he did all of those things with grace. He had his morning routine where he studied the Bible, he sent out positive messages, he worked out, he fed his daughters, he drove his 2 little daughters to daycare, and then he made it all the way to his office at the college by 8:30 a.m. And he drove through LA traffic. He was still, although you would think he's making a lot of money, he wasn't. He was living paycheck to paycheck. And if he got fired, it would be devastating. But even still, he stayed happy, cheerful, kept working hard, and kept going the extra mile where he could. So David wondered, how does he stay so energetic day to day and just keep giving with a smile? And he asked him. And Ed Schilling said, hey, it's consistency. If people can count on me to be consistent every day with who I am, no matter what the circumstances are, how are they going, if they cannot count on him, how are they going to be consistent in their own lives? And remember, he's a spiritual leader for over 50 people. So they're looking at him as a role model. And if they see me complaining, how can I teach them to be servants? How can I spread the love of Jesus with a servant-first mentality of consistency if I can't do it myself? He says everyone has a thing that they are going through and things they are struggling with. But he's there to show them that no matter how hard the things get, the power of loving others can always reign supreme. Now, I've been ready just the last couple of days kind of responding with love, thinking, how can I not scream? How can I do this out of love? How can I teach love? And it's good, it works. So David asks, are you someone that others would automatically recognize as consistent through your actions? Are you consistent in your actions? And he says to give thanks to all circumstances. That's relentless consistency. Can you rely on yourself consistently? It's a good question. And I think I can. I'm consistently trying to become the better version of myself. So he gives us 5 words in the beginning of all this, and the days were falling under specific categories of success, failure, joy, passion, and confidence. 5 different words. And so he says that the regular definitions of these words are kind of weak, and they should be replaced with this stronger and more optimized version of the word. And so success is called true success. So true success is knowing that we are living the life that we were created to live. It's loving your everyday life no matter how much money or attention you have. Failure, we all know what failure is, like, right? We fail something. But he says true failure are the lessons and the opportunities we learn. It's failure, we treat it as a pathway to success. When you think of joy, think of true joy. It's appreciating the process of the routines and the daily habits. So you enjoy yourself as you go through each day, even the parts that you're just going through the motions and you kind of have to do your routine and your habit. Even if it's not fun, find joy in it. Passion, true passion, is speaking into existence what you want and taking the daily steps to reach that goal. That's true passion. Speak into existence what you want, and then take your steps to get there. I love it. True confidence, being comfortable in your own skin, no matter how quirky it may look to others. So it's the knowledge that you have a special gift from God, specifically crafted and created for you. Confidence gives you the ability to step into any room and be that person. Completely, genuinely, and fully yourself. Yesterday, I was somewhere and I was explaining what my passion is. And again, it takes a certain level of getting bravery to get out there and say, look, this is what I want to do. And being a personal development coach is quirky. Like, not everyone's heard of it. Not everyone's comfortable kind of discussing these things. And so here I am coming out and saying, hey, I want to be a personal development coach. And everyone's like, what? Who? What do you want? And I've learned that with certain people, if you can't really, just let it go, because a lot of people don't understand it or don't know what it is. And that's okay. So, but that's who I am now. It's been 29 days and I am a personal development coach. So if you need something, if you want to get somewhere in life, if you need help, if you just want to help organize your thoughts, and it'll help anyone, and I can try to help you, but you have to be ready, and you let me know and I'll try to help you. I've just started, but I really think that I'm going to do an outstanding job with this. I've thought this through. I've made a website. I did my challenge. It's been 29 days. I really appreciate David Nurse's book here, Pivot and Go, because it as I did each day, it gave me the confidence. It gave me the encouragement. He had me do certain things to get out of my comfort zone and pursue my dreams. And he reminded me of what would happen if I didn't pursue them. And so each day I've been consistently, relentless consistency, just like this last day is, staying on top of my habits. I promised in the beginning of this book, when I started, that I would do something for my faith, I would do something for my exercise, and something for my mind, and I've been doing all of them. I've been keeping up with putting on tefillin. I've been keeping up with this book, and going to the gym. So my life's changed. I got new habits. I started the coaching business, and I've had a lot of encouragement from a lot of people, and even more so than I thought I would. So that's really, really amazing, and it feels good. And I'm getting a lot of blessings and good lucks. And Steve, you're gonna kill it. And anything you set your mind to, you've achieved. So we see it, like, you're gonna do good. I have no doubt in my mind. So to all the people that are giving me that encouragement, I love you all. Thank you so much, because really I couldn't do this without the encouragement, because this is scary. Putting myself out there and telling people that, hey, let me coach you. For me, it's scary, right? It's a new business and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but he taught me to not be uncomfortable. Well, you can make yourself uncomfortable in order to grow, but I learned through this book and through my 4-day conference in Austin, Texas, that I am no longer shy. I was shy because of my childhood, and if you watch into the other videos, you'll know that I got bullied as a kid. I had a really, really tough childhood. I grew up in the projects, and that's what made me, at least in my opinion, I've had problems since then in social situations, talking to people. I'm getting much better, and I have so many friends now, and I get along, and I'm just a much better person, and I'm more able to socialize and make friends. And just in the last year, I've made so many friends. 2 days ago, I met somebody 2 days ago on a job site, and we just became friends. We went to shoot pool, and we talked for hours. So I know that I can make friends, and I know that I'm not that same person. So I've changed. I now want to help and teach other people how to get out of their shell, how to change their life, how to get anywhere they want to get, because anything I've set my mind to in this life, I get. I have a beautiful wife. I got 2 boys that that I hang out with, and I knew I was going to have kids and a wife and a family. And the day I landed eyes on Karina, I knew she was going to be my wife. It was like love at first sight. And so I've been living a really good life once I started believing and living positive and manifesting the right things. And as I learned and studied the science of personal development, my life's been getting so much better. And I've been applying especially the last 3 to 5 years, I've really researched it. Like, I'm a lawyer, I go all in, I'm a nerd, so I'm obsessive. I went in and I learned everything. I studied so many books. Not everything, because you'll never learn everything, but I went in and I studied so much. I wanted to absorb as much as I can, so if I'm going to be helping people and teaching this, because I was inspired that, hey, I'm a good teacher. People have told me this all the time. Steve, you explain things really well. And so if I was going to do this, I need to know it. I can't just bullshit it. I can't just read off a paper. I need to know it inside out. And if I get asked questions, I need to be able to connect all the different dots. I need to know it my way. And so even like this book, I typed up a summary to every single day. I included it in the description. I'm going to put it all together as one big outline. It's about 25 pages that I can review and go back and see the challenges that I did. And now it's searchable in my own format, so I could remember my notes, where I went, what David said, and how I felt at the moment. So I created an outline for this book. It took me hours. It took me a long time. And even my wife, Karina, was like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. I'm not wasting my time. This is part of the process. And part of me going through my own growth this is how I grow. This is how I learn and train, so I could be well-versed to train others. So I've studied this entire book inside out. If I go meet David Nurse, I'm gonna know every single chapter and each day and each story, because I've created the outline. I'm gonna go back and review it. So this is the process. I put in the work. So I did the entire challenge. I typed up an outline. There's probably no one else in the world that has done this. Although this is like a #1, I'm not sure if it's a bestseller, but it probably is, because he's had a couple of bestsellers. So who else has read this and created an outline and did the videos and step by step did the challenges every single day? I want to meet you, because, hey, you're my idol, because you're working really hard, and I can commend you and admire you. But I put in the freaking work, is what I want to say. So I put in the work. I did this video. I'm going to post this last video for today. And from here on out, I'm a coach. Check out my website, don'tmesswithmyprocess.com. I worked on it for hours and hours. And since I got back from Texas, it's been massive action. I got the domain. I created the website. I scheduled already. I put out the word for free clients just to see if anybody would sign up, and I can get the experience and get testimonials. And I'll put in the time so I can, build this business. I'll work for free for a little while. And that's kind of what you do in the beginning of most businesses, is you maybe take a client, you don't charge as much, or you don't charge, anything, but you want to get the experience and the exposure. So I put out the word for 5 clients, and I got about 8 or 9 people nine people that signed up. And I sent out a questionnaire to them. I'm waiting for them to send back the email with their answers so we can jump on a call and begin this coaching. So I'm really psyched. Tomorrow's my first call. And I mean, I'm doing it. I'm excited. So if there's anything that you want to do, you should set in your heart, your passion, set your mind to it and just go for it. I'm not really a motivational speaker, but in a sense, I motivate people because I have to push you. And just by the nature of this stuff, it's motivating. So I've changed my entire life because of it. That's my son there. I've changed my entire life because of this personal development stuff. I truly believe in it. My entire heart and soul and passion, this is what it is right now. And I'm going in all in 100%. So this is what it is. So please, I continue to appreciate the support. Thank you to anyone who's watched this video, even if it's been one person. That's amazing. You've changed my life because at least I got one view. If there's more, that's cool too. If this goes viral, which I doubt, that would be out of this world, but I doubt it. But I'm going to end my challenge off with just expressing gratitude to God and for being healthy, being alive, for having my wife, my kids, for having the audience and people that I can hopefully help. I really want to truly, if I can inspire people, if I can get them to change, if I can get them to grow even by 1%, if I can get them to understand what personal development is, if they've never known it, and they can somehow apply it to their lives. And I mean, it helps every single person who tries it. Like it's a science. So there's nothing to believe, or it's a science. It's just, it's not an art like, let's just, they're theories, they're proven theories, they're stats on successful people. These things just work across the board. Like imagine you took every single successful person who's happy and successful and has money and has wealth, and you take all those people and you study them psychologically and you track their movements from their first day, from when they were, and you track everything. And if you could do that, again, there were studies done and they tracked people, and then they broke it down into, they see what makes these people this way. Is there common traits, or is it just, hey, everyone does their own way and they all end up, they all end up successful. And there's so many different paths, and people just learn from experience. But that's not the case. Like it's not so random as you would think. There's really patterns, and they study human behavior, and they see that people do certain things the way there's habits, there's the mindset. Most people don't achieve huge things on their own. They're in a community with like-minded people. And so if you can take the strategies and all the patterns and the habits, and you can see it all, and you scientific research, and you take all that data and you put it together, and you figure out why people do these things, and what is their why, and why is it important to have a why in life. It's a science, and the successful people are successful because they do things the same way, consistently. They have habits, they write stuff down, they journal. And again, you can make it up here and get to the top and be successful and happy without doing a lot of that stuff. But that's an anomaly. Most people fall within the standard deviation, right? When you do statistics, there's the first standard deviation, second standard deviation, and past that, you end up being anomalies. So most of the people fall within, I think it's the first 90% of the standard deviation, and then you get into I think it's 60%, 60 or 50. I don't remember statistics. I'm not a statistician, or however you say that word, but I remember studying it in college. So there's a bell curve, and most people fall within here. And then the other, majority, average, are here. After that, it's like anomalies. Like these are weird people, or people that are just off the charts. Like they're doing something that's unusual. But most people fall here. And so they've taken all the successful people and said, most of them do this. The second, and then they took the whole, you understand what I'm saying? And they figure out, it's clarity, it's habits. They write stuff down. This is how they live their life. This is how they manage their time. And that's why they're able to achieve so many things. And so there's literally a science to it. and I studied the science and I've become an expert on it. And so I can help people. I've helped myself, I can help you. And if you understand the science, then you understand that you will always forever be a student. Although you're teaching, you still will forever be a student because you're forever learning. So even coaches have coaches. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please continue to watch the videos. I have other stuff that I'm going to be putting out. I'm going all in on this. I still got my contracting business. If you got any questions on that or how I manage both or you know, just anything, I got the contracting business. I'm an attorney, and now I'm trying to coach. So that's going tomorrow. First call. Wish me luck. Ask me how it went. I'll let you know. I'm going to start posting more videos, testimonials, and just thank you for the love. Thank you for watching. I'm so inspired. I'm so psyched, and I'm gonna go and do it, you know? Thank you guys. Later.